My neighbors thought I was crazy. Seriously, picture it. It's late August, I'm out in the yard turning over soil, and they're leaning over the fence. Bit late in the season, don't you think? They'd say with that little smirk. Shouldn't you be packing it in for the winter? They thought the gardening year was over. Finished, done. Well, I've got a secret. They think I'm winding down, but I'm just getting started. I believe that right now in the fall is one of the absolute best times to garden. And I'm going to prove it. This isn't just a garden bed, it's an experiment. The challenge? A full, bountiful harvest in just 30 days. We're talking fresh salads, spicy greens, and crisp roots, all while everyone else is cleaning their tools for storage. So was I crazy? Or am I about to pull off the fastest garden of the year? Let's find out. So, what's the big idea? Why am I starting a garden when everyone else is throwing in the towel? The answer is simple: cool weather crops. While tomatoes and cucumbers are taking their final bow, a whole new team of all-stars is waiting for their moment. These are the plants that don't just tolerate the cold, they thrive in it. Most people associate gardening with long, hot summer days, but that heat can stress a lot of plants. Fall offers the perfect combination. The soil is still warm from the summer sun, which helps seeds get started fast, and the air is cool and crisp, which many vegetables absolutely love. There are generally fewer pests and less competition from weeds. And the flavors, they're on another level. A light touch of frost is like a magic wand for certain vegetables. To protect themselves from the cold, plants like kale, carrots, and turnips start converting their starches into sugars. This natural process acts like antifreeze for the plant, and for us it means the vegetables become noticeably sweeter and more delicious. A carrot pulled from the ground after a frost is one of the sweetest things you'll ever taste. So this isn't a desperate last-ditch effort. This is a calculated plan. For this 30-day experiment, I've picked a team of the fastest-growing, most reliable fall vegetables I know. These are my champions of speed. First up, the speed demon itself, radishes. Certain varieties, like the cherry bell, can be ready to harvest in as little as 21 to 30 days. They're the definition of instant gratification in the garden. Next, my leafy greens. I'm planting arugula, which has a spicy, peppery kick and can be ready for a baby leaf harvest in about 21 to 30 days. Alongside it, I'm sowing spinach, which you can start harvesting in as little as 3 to 4 weeks, and it's famously cold tolerant. And finally, a mix of leaf lettuce, which also matures for a first cutting in around 30 days. My technique is going to be as simple as possible. No fancy greenhouses, no complicated indoor seed starting. I'm in growing zone 6, where the first frost generally arrives around late October or early November. Now, this can vary a lot, so you should definitely check your own local frost dates to get the timing right. This window gives me a perfect runway. The plan is to prep the soil, sow the seeds directly into the ground, water them, and let nature do the heavy lifting. This is about proving that anyone can extend their growing season and get one more incredible harvest. The clock starts now. The first week of any garden experiment is all about pure potential. You start with nothing but a patch of dirt and a pocket full of seeds. My neighbors were probably watching from their windows, shaking their heads. But for me, this is where the magic begins. First things first, prepping the soil. I didn't need to do anything drastic. The ground was still warm and workable from the summer. I just loosened it up with a garden fork to about a foot deep, breaking up any compacted clumps. Then I mixed in a few inches of well-rotted compost. This is my secret weapon. Compost adds nutrients, improves the soil structure, and helps it hold moisture, all crucial for getting seeds to sprout. Radishes in particular love loose, rich soil to form those perfect round roots. With the bed ready, it was time to plant. I made shallow rows with my finger about half an inch deep. For the radishes, I planted the seeds an inch or so apart, knowing I could thin them later. For the arugula, spinach, and lettuce, I sprinkled the seeds as evenly as I could down their rows. This direct sowing method is perfect for these crops. They sprout quickly and don't like having their roots disturbed. After covering the seeds with a light layer of soil, I gave the whole bed a gentle but thorough watering. The key is to keep the soil consistently moist, but not soggy, while the seeds do their thing. And then, the waiting game. It never stops feeling like a miracle. For about 4 days, nothing. You start to second-guess yourself. Did I plant too deep, too shallow? Are the birds having a feast? But then, on day 5, I saw it. The first tiny green sprouts of radishes pushing through the soil. A day later, the arugula and lettuce joined the party. It's a small victory, but it's everything. It's proof that life is stirring just beneath the surface. The experiment is officially underway. The empty brown patch was now dotted with vibrant green. Game on. If week 1 was about quiet potential, week 2 was a full-on green explosion. The difference in just 7 days is staggering. Those tiny, hesitant sprouts have transformed into a lush green carpet. This is the beauty of fast-growing fall crops. The payoff is incredibly quick and satisfying. The radishes are already showing their true leaves, which look different from their first 2 round starter leaves. The leafy greens, arugula, spinach, and lettuce, are forming dense, vibrant rows. The growth is so fast you can almost see it happening. This is where my cut-and-come-again strategy comes into play. For crops like lettuce and spinach, you don't have to wait for the whole plant to be ready. The idea is to harvest only the outer, older leaves, leaving the center of the plant untouched. This way, the plant keeps producing new leaves from the middle, giving you a continuous harvest for weeks. It's a game-changing technique for getting the most out of a small space and a short season. Of course, no garden experiment is totally perfect. Midweek, I spotted a cluster of aphids on the underside of a few lettuce leaves, a common problem. My solution was simple and organic: a strong blast of water from the hose to knock them off, followed by a spray of insecticidal soap, which is safe for edibles. It's a minor setback and a good reminder that gardening is always a partnership with nature. Even with that little challenge, the progress is undeniable. What was bare dirt just 2 weeks ago is now a thriving patch of green. I can already smell the peppery arugula when I brush past it. The neighbors have gone from smirking to just staring. They're quiet now. I think they're starting to wonder if maybe I knew something they didn't. If you're starting to believe in the magic of fall gardening and want to see more experiments that break the old rules, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're only halfway through this 30-day journey, and the best part, the harvest, is still to come. You won't want to miss it. Welcome to week 3, and the garden is looking less like an experiment and more like a grocery aisle. The growth this week has been phenomenal. The radishes are the most dramatic. I can see the little red shoulders of the bulbs poking out of the soil, a sure sign they're swelling up nicely underneath. It's a thrilling sight. They are right on track for our 30-day deadline. The leafy greens are a sea of texture and color. The arugula is lush, the spinach leaves are getting broader, and the lettuce mix is a beautiful tapestry of greens and reds. This is the point where the cut-and-come-again harvest really starts. I've already started snipping outer leaves from the lettuce and spinach for my salads. This doesn't just give me an early taste, it actually encourages the plants to grow fuller and more productive. I've been enjoying fresh, homegrown salads for days, and we haven't even hit the final harvest yet. We had our first chilly night this week, a little preview of the frost to come. I'm not worried, these plants are built for this. In fact, that cool air is just concentrating their flavors. That same principle that makes kale sweeter after a frost works for many of these hardy greens, making them less bitter and tastier. I've also been thinning the plants, which does 2 things. First, it gives the remaining ones space to grow to their full size. Second, the thinnings themselves are a bonus harvest. These microgreens are incredibly tender and packed with flavor, perfect for sprinkling over a meal. The garden is now a testament to the power of fall planting. It's thriving, productive, and almost entirely self-sufficient. Every morning I come out to check on it, and it feels like a small miracle. The doubt from my neighbors has been replaced by genuine curiosity. Yesterday, one of them finally asked, "So, what exactly did you plant there? The tide is turning, we're in the home stretch, and the 30-day finish line is just ahead." This is the moment. 30 days ago, this was an empty patch of soil and a crazy idea fueled by some neighborly skepticism. Today, it's a feast. It's time to harvest. First, the radishes. This is the ultimate proof of concept. With a gentle tug, they slide right out of the loose soil. And they are perfect. Bright red, perfectly round and crisp. I give one a rinse with the hose and take a bite. The crunch is incredible, followed by that signature spicy kick that is so much better when it's fresh from the garden. Success. We have a full radish harvest in under 30 days. Next, the greens. This isn't just a small handful. With a pair of scissors, I move down the rows of arugula, spinach, and lettuce, using the cut-and-come-again method on a larger scale. I'm cutting the outer leaves, leaving the heart of the plants to keep growing. My harvest basket fills up fast with a mountain of fresh, vibrant greens. There's enough here for salads all week. And the best part is that in another week, I can come back and do it all over again. This isn't a one-and-done harvest. It's the start of a continuous supply that will last deep into the fall. I take my overflowing basket into the kitchen. I wash the greens, slice the radishes thinly, and toss it all together with a simple vinaigrette. This is the payoff. A salad made from ingredients that were just seeds in the ground a month ago. The flavor is clean, crisp, and alive in a way that store-bought produce just can't touch. I proved my point. A full, delicious harvest in 30 days is not only possible, it's surprisingly easy. The neighbors are watching, of course. No smirks this time, just wide eyes. I think I might have a few converts. This experiment is officially a resounding success. So there you have it, 30 days, from bare soil to a beautiful harvest. We proved that the end of summer isn't the end of the gardening season. It's the start of a new, exciting one. With just a handful of seeds, a little compost, and 4 weeks of patience, you can fill your table with fresh, homegrown food. It all comes down to a few simple ideas. First, pick the right plants. Fast-growing, cool-weather crops like radishes, arugula, and spinach are your best friends in the fall. Second, don't fear the cold. Many of these plants actually taste better after a light frost. And third, use smart techniques like cut-and-come-again harvesting to get the most out of your space. The biggest lesson here is to question the conventional wisdom. Just because everyone else is putting their gardens to bed doesn't mean you have to. There's still so much potential left in the season. I want to know what you think. Are you inspired to try your own fall garden experiment? What fast-growing crops would you plant? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this journey and want more gardening adventures, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching and happy gardening!